Now recording.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Now Recording. I'm Matt Pitt. That's Mickey Mitch.
Hello.
With us today is also a replacement for Toxic Piplup for the time being. D-Max, what's up, man?
Yo, dude, how's it going? Yes, my name is D-Max. I'm here, at least temporarily, but we'll see how that goes, right?
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get into it, dude.
Exactly, yeah, thank you. And then Beavers will be joining us soon. He's going to be a little late. And with us, this is an interview with Mr. Steve Delive. He has finally decided to come on and tell his side of the story. Steve, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Matt. It's Delive. Everyone says Delive because, I don't know, it's like says.
I don't know.
It's a 50-50 shot. You get it wrong every time, right?
It sounds better though. It
rhymes. Yeah, it rhymes the other way.
Also, like Delive sounds like the streaming website. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I did it before. I have evidence, but yeah. No.
Okay, Steve Delive. All right. All right. So I wanted to start off how did you start doing commentary?
I guess COVID. I can't remember. I was just doing comedy skits and music before, and then I had a lot of free time, and I met Colton somehow. I seen that James Soroka guy, and he was being crazy, and Repsion was covering him, and then I don't know. I met Colton, and then that kind of just was a downward spiral from there, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Then from Colton, did you meet Crows and Sen and all those guys?
Yeah. So I actually I met Crow and Aura before Colton, actually, because I was I just used to watch their streams, and then I was like, did you see this James Soroka guy? You guys should cover him. And then they were like, you should come on the stream too. And I was like, okay. And so I was covering him, and then Repsion caught my interest, so I started covering Repsion, and then that's where most of my subs came from.
Okay, so what was your issue with Repsion? Were you covering him in the sense that you were criticizing him, or were you covering the
first I just knew Repsion as the Anisian guy, right?
Yeah.
So when I met Colton was like, oh, Repsion, he's saying that I did all these things that I never did, and he didn't really have evidence that he didn't do the things, but he was like, just take my word for it. And I'd never done commentary, I guess, before. I wasn't a very good researcher. So I took a lot of things at face value, and then looking back on it, that's bad. So yeah, I don't know. I took down the video of Colton because he did post nudes of Maya at one point, and they might have been underage based off of fucking what actually happened. Yeah. And the only evidence I had was Lauren and Phoenix's story, basically. There's no actual receipts, right, except for I don't know, some sketchy screenshots. When I actually looked back on it, it would have been Maya taking the screenshots exposing herself, which would have made no sense. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was just a big mess, and I just stayed here for some reason.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'll get to more Repsion and Maya stuff in a second. I just want to get the Sen stuff out of the way because that's pretty much what everybody's going to be wanting to hear about. How did you end up meeting Sen specifically?
The catfish shit, literally.
Yeah, for context, he was catfished by a 36-year-old guy pretending to be a anime girl, I guess, and
yeah, something like that. So I don't know. He's in his 30s for sure.
Yeah,
he was posing as an of-age girl, I should say that.
Yeah.
And he got catfished, and people's big problem with it was they were sharing what some would consider lolly images back and forth.
Yeah.
I guess they were, because there was links at the bottom that said lolly.com and shit. So it's kind of hard to refute that. He says that all those conversations are fake. He used to say the whole catfish situation was fake.
I have a question about that, because I'm not really cued into the lore with that. So with the catfishing guy, was the guy who was doing the catfishing, was he trying to expose him, or was it a genuine 30-year-old dude just pretending to be a little girl?
This guy, he wants to be a chick. He identifies as one. I think he says he's bi now. Because he was he was like, I think he actually liked Sen. You know what I mean? And that's why Sen never got nudes from this person, because this isn't a real person. That's why they're sending the lolly back and forth, which is what he doesn't like about that. But I don't think, like, I just want to be clear, I don't think Sen is actually like a pedo or anything. I think he was just trying to get nudes from an of-age woman, but like to get the nudes, he had to pretend to like lolly, which is a bad look. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I don't think I've ever lied about it, but I've definitely just kept my mouth shut when it gets brought up, because Sen has lied about it a bunch, and I'm sick of lying. Well, I'm sick of just not commenting on it, because he keeps like taking shots at me and shit. So like, why would I? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now that we're talking about this situation, I'm trying to remember, because I had a conversation with Sen about this. I remember he went on Crow's stream, and it was insinuated that the screenshots were real, right? So I don't think he was saying at the time they were that the screenshots were fake. I'm sure there's some screenshots that are fake. I know there was another thing that happened where he claims the screenshots were fake.
I'm pretty sure they're all real. So he says I don't want to be like Sen and be like, there's private conversations that I can't prove, but he basically was like, they don't have the proof that they're real, so I can just say they're fake now, kind of thing. And then so he'll admit to getting catfished on Twitter, but he'll be like, someone pretended to be me on Discord, but like, and then he says this now because he was threatened with his docs, which apparently he says I doxed him when it was fucking, I can get into that later, but like,
yeah, we'll get into that later for sure.
It wouldn't make a lot of sense if he said that he was a lolly to not get doxxed, but he kept taking shots at me knowing I had his docs supposedly, and then I doxed him. So like, it just, to me, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it does to other people. I don't know.
Yeah. I was never under the impression that it was lolly. I guess it was. I from what you're saying it was. I thought it was just like weird anime girl shit. I don't know. But
I'm not a weeb. I don't call the shots what is or isn't lolly. I've been told it's lolly by like people who know, I guess.
Gotcha. Yeah, same here. I'm in the same boat. I'll be honest, I really like, I don't really care. It's weird. It's really weird. And the fucking underage shit's disgusting, but like, but I'm sure Sen will hear this and will explain it better when he tells his side. But so you and Sen were friends. You guys did streams together. You guys had a podcast together with Origami. You went on Crow's stream together. It was all pretty friendly between you two. You guys would take on a lot of the commentary community together. All of a sudden, I think from what I would see, you guys would go on streams to criticize Tommy, Augie, Nick, all those guys.
I don't think I really ever went after Augie or Nick. I've known Augie's done a couple streams on me to like help his boys out. I think the only person, not even tag team, but like that we kind of had a mutual thing against was Tommy C. And I didn't even, that I didn't have anything against Tommy C. He came after me for the Slug video or something, or said I was cancel culture because I was like, Slug shouldn't have copyright struck me. And then, I got on stream and he didn't like that I called him Thomas and fucking it didn't work out,
Yeah. But I'm being a little general. But yeah, you guys did streams together. You were pretty good friends. Now all of a sudden, within the past month and a half, you guys have you're at odds together with each other. So what exactly is your issues with Sen at this point?
Like right at the second, now that he hasn't done anything else, and I haven't watched all his streams. I've just seen like little clips here and there, and he just says he's been saying some insane shit. So I guess like if I were to pick a problem with Sen that I have is that he just likes to, I don't know if he's intentionally making shit up or he's not remembering things properly, or he's exaggerating. I don't know, but like he's saying stuff like, "Oh, I got off on like Redsky hurting himself or something," which would be really weird. I didn't even know Redsky supposedly hurt himself. He was saying some insane shit in our group chat. Like he was, I'm going to give Nerdy John a run for his money. And Nerdy John was apparently like suicidal or something. So I don't know. Like that's the extent of it. And I didn't believe him, but I never was like, oh yeah, Redsky, hurt yourself. I'm gonna get off to it. It's more like,
Right,
I don't know what. Yeah.
I
Hello,
mean,
Beavers.
wait. So you don't like the Redsky guy, right?
I don't have like anything really against him. He's just like annoying.
Because I mean, if I had somebody that I really didn't fucking like and they were hurting themselves, I won't get off to it like in a sexual way or anything like that. But I'm not going to discourage it.
I would. I don't want anyone.
Okay, thank you, Beavers, for coming in hot.
I don't know. I got a lot of people that I don't like online, and if they all jump tomorrow morning, I would not give a single shit.
I mean, like,
I might even if there's video, I might set it as my wallpaper.
Okay, that's Jesus. All right.
Yeah, like
down
I wouldn't
below screening do a backflip.
I could say that. I wouldn't care, but yeah, I wouldn't be doing backflips. I wouldn't be happy about it.
All right, that's where me and you differ, Steve.
During a Twitter space, things got really heated between you two. You called him a lolly lover on a Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
Like, what is your thought process when saying that to a former friend? Like, why go for the jugular like that?
Well, because it all goes back to like I met him and we became friends because I thought he took the catfish shit on the chin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he handled it really good. And I thought he just moved on from it. But then, like, over the years, he had me like delete the stream where he got on and admitted to everything. He told us not to talk about it, not to mention it. We all didn't. We all just kind of, I don't know if like Crow or Aura ever like flat out said those were fake or anything. But when Gigi Evans started saying that and like was like, oh, prove it with the logs, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is about, but I'm not for that. Like, I'm not about spreading misinformation, especially about something like that you were already basically cleared of. Of course, like, shit's gonna stick to you no matter what. But to try and rewrite history and act like it never happened, like, that's not why I liked Sen to begin with, even. So you know what I mean? So it's all like, it's kind of all different now, you know? And he always like bitches about friendship, but he's the one like who takes way more shots at me than I do at him. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Sen said on our podcast that you were fine with Slug coming on when he went on stream, and then he felt like it kind of got twisted when you made a couple tweets. What's your perspective on that when Slug came on to Sen's stream?
Sen wanted Slug on his stream for like a few days in a row, and then he was like, yeah, but I don't want to do that, you know, because he doxed you and blah, blah. And I was like, I'll come on if you want to have him on, because, like, we haven't had, like, Slug Spurg on your stream before. So if you want, like, the super chats for it, I don't care. You can do that. As long as I'm there, I can confront him or whatever. And then he likes to frame that as I signed off on, I don't care if Slug's ever on, you can chill with him or whatever. And he can. I just, like, don't expect me to, like, be cool with it. That's all. So,
wait, so are you saying that you're saying that Slug coming on was, you being okay with Slug coming on was contingent on you being there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and the first time he was on, I was there with him. And I made him look like an idiot. The reason I wanted to talk to him was because of the spider stuff. Like, he sent a 3D fucking image of his dick to a high schooler or something. But he goes around being like, oh, Steve likes to sex high schoolers. So I'm like, that's really ironic, you know? So I wanted to talk to him about it. So yeah, that was the only reason. I wasn't like, oh yeah, Slug's a cool guy now, I'm signing off on this. And then like, I work a lot. So I get off work and then I see Sen and Slug stream and I don't want to fucking talk to him. So like, yeah, I started not to talk to him as much because I have better shit to do with my time.
Yeah.
How do you make a 3D image of your dick?
Yeah, I don't know. He's like,
He's,
it was a 3D.
Very carefully.
Would you take a photo of it and you model it?
In 3D printer.
Yeah, you do like one of the front, one of the side. I'm actually a 3D modeler, so I could show you if you wanted.
Make it bigger, you know.
I suggest you do Mitch's. You'll save.
Yeah, you
on
just
plastic.
scale up all, you know, X, Y, and Z. Just scale up, and that's mine.
Yeah. Little trivia: Slug once offered to 3D print me a leg. I said no. I'm not
I wouldn't trust that way.
No. I'm not giving him my address. Yeah, go ahead, send the leg here, pal. So like Max said, you had contention with him coming on. You were fine with him coming on with you on there, but after that, did Slug start coming on streams more frequently? That was your issue?
Well, yeah. I think it was like at one point every day, or at least every stream that he'd have like some kind of appearance, and it wasn't like a small appearance. Like it'd be like a long time. So I was just like, I don't get it, especially because he got really mad at me when I had one of his former associates on one of my streams for I think like less than 5 minutes, and I kind of made the guy like retarded. And Sen was like, "You can't platform this guy. This guy is one of the guys who says I was catfished." And it's like, but you were fucking catfished. So like, it's really, I don't know. Okay. And he points to that tweet as well about that guy being like, "Oh, that's another backstab." I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah. Skipping forward, at some point things got really heated on Twitter between you and Sen pretty recently, and you ended up posting a pic of his face. What was your reason for that?
He was pissing me off, but like, so that picture of his face has been out for a lot. That's like the only picture of Sen's face. I don't know anything else about Sen, right? Other than like the face and then like the first name, which both of he's talked about, he's addressed with bigger YouTubers as well. Like Harley TBS, when they were fighting, that's when I fucking seen it because they brought it up. And he's like 100,000 subs, right? So like he wants to keep pushing me and shit. So I was like, whatever, this will piss him off. And it's ironic as well because him and Saggy Melons are like buddying up now. And Saggy Melons is the one who leaked that picture. Like he was trying to like hook up with her and sending pics of himself to her, and then she leaked it. So like it's really ironic that she's even in that thread being like, "Oh, Steve, this is bad." And Sen's like, "Yeah, that is bad." It's like, you're the one who leaked this, you crazy woman.
I didn't even know that shit. I didn't know there was that much history between Saggy and Sen.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's other stuff too. Like that picture's been passed around. People used to make memes of it. People close to Sen used to make memes with it. He didn't care. He never called it a dox before, so he can call it a dox now. I don't care. He never did before.
Okay. The reason, like, my thought process is this is your former friend, a pretty good friend of yours, like 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago. And all of a sudden, it's kind of similar to the Lolly Lover comment. Is like this guy was your friend. Why jump to such a drastic measure of like, boom, here's your face? You know what I mean?
I guess I could ask him the same thing with all the other stuff he's been saying, right? Okay. I don't know. I'd have to go through like clips people have sent. There's some crazy stuff in there, man. Okay. I don't know if you have like a list of things, but no,
the
really one was just a lot. I was like, I don't even know like where that came from. If anything,
it's a really juvenile question, but like who actually started it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're on the playground right now. Yeah, who started that? Like, in your opinion, who started this?
Who started like the fighting?
You guys apparently were like brothers, right? Like, quote unquote
brothers. I guess like the friendship is a little exaggerated as well because like before I even knew Sen, I was like, Sen's my best friend, because honestly, like Crow and Aura hated Sen. Like when I first met them, like they were fighting with each other a lot. Like it wasn't good between them. And then he came on, and I was like, okay, this guy isn't that bad. Like he took it on the chin. He's like chill. He's actually chill. We can fuck with him. And then look where that got me. But it's yeah. So it's always been like, I guess the friendship in the public eye has always been a little exaggerated because to me, he's just a guy I play video games with, and it's not like that deep. Like I still like he's a good guy and everything, right? But I've never like told him my life story or anything. Yeah. So I guess like I can see why people would be like, "Whoa, what the hell?" But that's why even the tweet I replied to you, I was like, "This seems like the stupidest reason to go on Now Recording." But
yeah, it was a stupid reason, and then you fucking posted his face. So I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, you know what I mean? Like it obviously gets pretty heated like, between you two. Yeah. You know.
But who started
I have a
question.
I like who took the first shot. He would, I guess. Sen would say,
like when did the friendship break? Like where did it break?
The tweets, right? Wasn't it the tweets? You tweeted a couple things. Sen took offense to that. Wasn't that where it broke?
I think it would have. I don't know where Sen would have said it, where it would break, but I would say the start of the break is definitely like when he got on stream and he saw that I liked a tweet and he called me a backstabber. Because everything else before that, it's just like Sen being Sen. But once he was like, Steve is a backstabber, guys. Look at him liking this tweet. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then
So
he just
friendship
kinda
ended
kept
because
going.
of some tweets.
Well, I guess so, kind of. Just because, like, what the fuck is that? So when he did that, that's when I did my tweet, and then like he got pissed, and then now he's saying all this crazy shit, right? And he has like Gretzky and Gigi Evans being like, "We got to make sure Steve never comes back." I'm like, this is a lot of overkill over some tweets, like you said. So I think like I'm justified in not wanting to fuck with these people because of like, look at how they're acting. And like, yeah, I guess the face thing, I did it because I knew it'd piss them off. So, it worked.
All right. I want to ask something. I don't know if it has been asked because I showed up late. Okay, so it's a bit of a tangent, but with Slug, right? Slug maintains that you doxed him first.
Where Slug's not doxed though.
Oh, well, there we go. There's your answer, Slug.
Yeah, where's Slug's docs? Like I
don't know,
it
Slug,
because of the pizza thing, but I've never put it out there.
well, Slug always says that everything he does is in retaliation to things that you guys do, right?
Well, at first, it was because I doxed the kids or whatever. I think I seen Ghosty ask like why I look into people's Facebooks. Jane had that like as her pinned tweet, like look at this Facebook post. So I did. That's why I did it. That's where the kids were. And like if you Google Rabbi Jane, she might have taken it off now because I pointed it out. But for a year, even after, if you Googled her name, her kids would be the first thing that pops up. So like. You can't put your kids all over the fucking internet, and then when I accidentally scroll by them for like 4 seconds, and not even address them, I didn't even say like, "Look at these kids." I like was literally just scrolling. You can't really call that a dox, but
well, the issue with me, right? And since we're talking about this, if that was just the issue with you scrolling, I would have no issue with it, and I would probably defend you. The issue was that you doubled down, and I think didn't you put a clip out on Twitter? You just like clipped it out and you put it on Twitter. Like, here it is.
Yeah, because like I was getting Repsion had all his fucking followers go flag my videos for child endangerment. So I wanted like a full context clip out there to show exactly what I did, because when it's blurred and everything, it makes it seem like it's a lot worse. Like Repzilla did like a fucking news video about it and shit. I was getting a lot of hate. So I get like that maybe got me a little more hate, but it also shows it in full context of what I actually did, and it wasn't, like I said, the kids have been up there for a year, so I don't know.
Okay. I'm glad I got your perspective.
To be fair, right, a lot of the time when stuff like this does happen, it is because people leave things linked on their accounts, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like people go snooping. It's
yeah,
like,
but
I mean,
I think that
like, it's just easy to get. What are you talking about?
No,
a lot of people link their accounts to each other.
But
right?
this specific thing, wasn't this a link that Jane invited you to look at, Steve, on stream? Or something?
Yeah, she was like, anyone who's saying this, I can't remember what exactly it was, but it was like referring to shit I was saying. It's like, you got to read this whole thing, read it all the way through. It's all public. I have
and you scrolled through you scrolled all the way through it, and you were scrolling, and I counted, it was like maybe 5 or 6 seconds you scrolled past the kids. You didn't stop, you didn't look at them. So like that part was, I was like, I'd defend you at any day on that. But yeah, the taking it and then clipping it and putting it on Twitter and kind of doubling down, that's the part where I was like, all right, you might be going a little too far, but you've given your perspective, so I'm glad I got to hear that.
At least my reasoning behind it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. How come you going back to Sen? How come you two haven't debated on stream yet? Are y'all still trying to work something out to talk publicly, or you got the Twitter Spaces? But
the Twitter Spaces is a mess. I mean, I was fucking a wreck. It's I don't know why I got on that. I was drunk, and 8030 was like, come on this Twitter Space, and I was like, okay. And I seen Jane there, and then it just bleh. But right now, like right this second, there's a lot of shit he said about me. I wanted to kind of do like a video addressing it. I'm really like not lazy. I am lazy, but I've been busy as well, so I haven't got around to that. And there's a lot of there's like hours of shit he said now. And then there's also like, I'm sure you saw like all the stuff that was happening recently on Twitter, which is kind of a little more heavy. And I don't really want to. I'm trying to be like diplomatic right now. I'm not trying to like. I think he's going through a lot, you know. So even though he said a lot of fucking crazy shit about me, I don't want to like kick the guy when he's down. So there's a time and place. I don't think like right now is it. If like all that stuff on Twitter wasn't happening and he was in a good headspace, I'd be like, okay, we do whenever. But yeah, I don't know.
Has there been any private calls between you two since y'all started fighting, where you guys tried to talk this out or anything?
No, and I'll so like maybe this is me being petty, but usually when shit like this happens, we do have a private call. And it's always like it's just this retarded shit. So like this time I'm the one who kind of kept it all public because I'm like, I want people to see how stupid this is. Because it's annoying. Like, I don't know. You get the Twitter space. Yeah, I was super fucking annoying. But if you look back on everything else, I think like I'm not that annoying as Sen in the past week that he's been like streaming a bunch of nonsense.
Okay. So I personally reached out to Sen. I wanted to see if he had any questions for you specifically. He had one question. I just want to point out, don't shoot the messenger here. Stevie, why do you see yourself in Maya? Or has that changed since you seem to shit talk her to origami quite a bit now?
I like his questions. Like, that's the other thing, too, on the Twitter space. He kept asking questions where, well, a lot of them are like, oh, think back on this conversation that I don't even remember having, or like, maybe it did happen, but it was looking like months ago, and I don't think it's really relevant to anything. I don't remember saying that I see myself in Maya. Have I ever felt that way? Or did he say I see Maya myself or myself in Maya?
You see yourself in Maya. He actually sent me a clip, and if you want me to, I can play it. If you want me to, I think this is a private clip between you and Sen. So if you want me to cut this off out of the podcast, I will. But if you want to, I can play it. Okay.
I just want to know if I was drunk or something when I said it, or if I was like joking or.
Here, I'll play it for you right now.
You're not gonna like this video, but I think it's important that you understand. I figured out why I like Maya so much. I figured it out. We're basically the same person, except she's on another level of craziness. And I try to reserve that for like emergencies. That's when I'll go crazy. But like, you know, we both were in pretty fucking shitty relationships where like they were financially controlling and manipulative and gaslighty, and they were both named Dan, Danny and Dan. And yeah, like I could just really relate to her in a lot of ways, and I really feel for her, and I get her situation. And yeah, I don't know. I just came to the epiphany. I thought you might want to know, and not because I don't know if you think that I'm just like an evil person for relating to her or something. I don't think it's that at all. I think it's just like we have a lot of the same life experiences, despite. I don't know. You could say Maya's objectively worse, but I don't think she's that bad. I know I'm gonna get heat for that.
That's the clip that he sent me.
I don't sound drunk. I honestly don't remember saying that. I mean, like, I'm not disagreeing with it either. Like,
hold on, though, because it sounds like you've said it before, though, from that clip. Because it's almost like you're referring to a past conversation where you might have mentioned that before. Do you remember that?
Like relating to her?
Yeah, because like in that clip, you're kind of referring to like you've said this before, and you're like clarifying about the statement. So,
yeah. Because this is what I mean. Like, I'd like to know. It'd be good to know the full context, but I guess I could just. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't.
You can relate to bad people. It's okay.
I can relate to bad. I mean, like, I relate to the relate to bad people to a certain extent.
Don't we all, though, Beaver?
The world's gone so wrong.
Okay. What were you saying, Steve?
No, I think like we can all relate to bad people at some point. Not that I think Maya's a bad person. I don't know if like I would say that I see myself in her today. I don't know what I would see like personality wise. I guess that's what I was thinking. But I do like, yeah, we've had like, I guess, similar experiences. That sounds like when it like right after the whole Danny thing, and I was kind of fucked up right after the Danny thing. So maybe I was drawing parallels that maybe now don't make a lot of sense in retrospect. Because like I don't think like obviously there's similarities in everyone's experiences. I don't think mine and Maya's are super similar. If you're to break it down, you know what I mean?
Okay. All right, moving on. Do you remember how you befriended Maya to begin with?
Well, I didn't like her, and then I'm trying to remember. So I was in some group call, and someone was saying something, being like they were talking for her, and it just didn't sound like right what they were saying. So I was like, I'll go get her if you want, and she can fucking say if she said that or not. And then I don't know, I just started talking to her after that, and then she didn't seem that crazy. So I was like, I'd like listen to like, I guess, more shit she said. And then I guess it gets kind of progressed from there. I still like took everything with a grain of salt for a while. So this was like, I want to say 2020 is when like I started talking with her. So like I've been talking to her and I know her like for a while. So I get people like see like the craziest side of her all the time, especially on Twitter when she's like going on about Dan and Jane. But like when she's not doing that, she's not like the insane person that I made her out to be, at least when I did my first videos on her and Repsion. So
There's always two sides to every coin.
But
it's true. It's true. Somebody can have batshit insane parts of them, but still have like chill parts of them. You know?
Yeah.
Well, on the Twitter space, I was kind of insane, but like that's not like how I am all the time.
Yeah. What made you think that she was in the right when it came to like her and Repsion?
So like in the right with what? Because I think like they're both in the wrong in a lot of aspects.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I also think Repsion's more in the wrong. And Repsion also has a lot more public backing. And he gets away with saying a lot of shit that I don't necessarily believe happened either. Based off his own evidence. So it's like I've kind of like dropped the ball. I didn't do the videos. So there's not really a good defense for out there. I've been I've not been in the best headspace over the past year since I got back from like America and shit. I'm in a lot of debt. I'm paying that off. I'm just like kind of doing IRL shit more than YouTube shit. Which again, like pissed me off about Sen because we're supposed to be friends or whatever. And then he's like saying all this shit against Maya and stuff. When like, I don't know, when he does his beefs, I don't really get into them. I don't say he's an idiot or double talk his shit or use our friendship as like, I know what's going on behind the scenes because I talked to Sen and he's actually full of shit, you know? I don't do that.
Okay. You Sen said on our podcast that you defending Maya was an all-around L and that you should regret it. Do you feel this way?
No. I mean, like, I should have handled it better. I should have done shit faster. Yeah, I just should have done it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't regret it. I mean, there's aspects of it I regret for sure, like the way I handled things. Like the Twitter thing. So like I didn't know, Matt Pitt, that it was so bad that I reposted that video to Twitter because I don't think it even got that much traction. And like I said, it shows full context. But like in retrospect, yeah, I would regret it because like if that meant like getting a little bit of public backing to kind of have people listen to other shit, that would have been helpful.
Yeah.
The super long streams were kind of pointless and led to the scrolling past the kids. So that I regret. But I don't regret like trying to help Maya or listening to her side. I definitely don't regret listening to her side of shit because I think like we should listen to all sides, even if they're hard to understand.
I agree.
Based.
Yeah. You actually originally are one of the people that exposed Maya in your video, and Repsion actually sourced you. Then you went back and you corrected the record and said that you misconstrued something. She said. Do you 100% think that's the case? That there's never even a slight doubt that she's twisting the narrative or trying to manipulate it when she came to you and told that, oh, I actually said this. This is actually what I meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I didn't know Lizzie before that, right? So when and there's no punctuation, right? So And it was actually a comment, like a third party that pointed it out. It's like, it could have been misconstrued as this. I didn't even go to her and be like, can you elaborate? Because she was saying like a bunch of shit all at once because she spams, right?
Yeah.
And so when I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know if she knew I was referencing like, or even that she thought that I thought that she was going to get Lizzie to lie for her. And then when I met Lizzie's wouldn't lie for Maya. Lizzie's just like kind of actually an insane person now. But when I knew her, she was a very ethical person. And she would tell Maya, like, you can't go crazy. You can't do this. We got to just like keep our heads down. We got to go work and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. And then like there was never like Lizzie never claimed that she was there. Like that never happened. If that was a lie, that was supposed to happen. And Maya didn't even know the video was out until like months later. Like she would have lied for her when she went to live with her. You know what I mean? I guess like what else did Lizzie lie about? Like, so like
Lizzie's the one who switched sides, right? Who was Maya's friend and then ran to Repzion and Jane, basically.
Yeah, and then like said that Maya groomed her or something, which they're the same age. I don't understand how that happens or works.
Okay. Well, that's all. Beavers, Max, any of you guys got any questions about Maya by any chance? No?
I'm gonna be real. I don't know who Maya is.
Maya's the Repzion crazy ex girl. Well,
No clue.
the narrative crazy ex girlfriend.
No clue, Matthew.
Okay.
Well, so I mean, because we asked a little bit before, or Matt tried to ask before about like something that you're defending Maya on, but I didn't like hear a specific example. Do you have like any specific examples of something that like Repzion was in the wrong for?
Like I just know that Repzion's a worse person if you look at them side by side, and then he paints her out to be like the worst person ever. So like I don't know, she strangled him apparently one time. But then like there's body cam footage of him being like, it happened yesterday. There's no marks, and he's like, I'm fine, it's all good. And then he's like, but there was 4 other times.
So you're saying he's faking it?
I don't know if he's necessarily faking it, but like he's exaggerating for sure if it did happen. And then I mean, sound like an asshole for saying that, but he's done like I don't know, he's done a lot of other bad shit. He's like, I helped someone kill themselves in another country because I condone assisted suicide. He's like, it's just like
different.
Like I don't know, it just seems wonky. He had like a Tumblr where he'd encourage like, I don't know if they're underage, but young women to post body positivity posts. So basically like them in their underwear and shit. It's like a lot of stuff he had criticized Anision for. He did talk to Maya at 12, and like I know there's only those emails, right? But apparently they talked on other messages that are lost now. And then he's even admitted, he's like, I told her to come back when she was 17, and then he ended up dating her. So it's like it's a lot of weird shit. And then Maya's just, Maya's crazy. That's all people say. Maya's crazy. It's like, okay, a lot of women are crazy.
Do you think Maya's crazy?
I mean, like, I think she can be crazy. I think we can all be a bit crazy. But
I mean, but is she like more crazy than sane? Like, because I understand what you're saying. Like, we can all be a little bit crazy, like lol. But I'm like for real, is she crazy? Do you think she's crazy?
I don't think she's as crazy as she's made out to be. I don't think she would ever hurt anyone. I don't think. I'm surprised she's not more crazy. If that's like for what she has to deal with.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I if someone can point out something that she's done that's actually like bad, that wasn't done like directly to Repzion in a toxic relationship that they both probably shouldn't have been in, I'm open to it. I'll be like, yeah, that was bad or something if there's something. But a lot of the shit is like, Maya was mean to me this one time. It's like, okay, I don't care,
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on from Maya, let's talk about Angry Slug. How did you come across Angry Slug?
The Repzion stuff. See, everything comes from the Repzion stuff, and COVID is terrible. Yeah, he was like friends with Colton, and then he was friends with Repzion, and then he started like threatening to dox me. So I was like, okay. I didn't know what doxing was at the time. He just started like showing my Facebook and like my family's Facebooks and their Instagrams and shit. So I locked him down. He didn't get like anything. It wasn't like I doxed. He was just threatening to dox me. He's like, I know everything about you. Then tried to frame it like I was trying to dox him and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't think things got really bad until he started like posting doxes of Crow and Or in them, right? That was bad. And then he's just like fucked everything else up. Like he posted those links to CP, and then he likes to say like, I never did that. He linked a bunch of YouTubers. So I'm sure those people added remember that shit. And he likes to say, oh, I checked them in a dead link checker before I posted them. So why are you posting dead links? It doesn't make any sense either. Why would he post a link that goes nowhere?
That screenshot has always been a very weird screenshot. And he's always that was the defense, is that they're all dead links. I mean, I don't know. I've given up trying to understand Slug's thought process. I just kind of just let him say what he wants to say.
I mean, like that's if you want to coexist with them, that's what you got to do. Like,
yeah. Obviously, the stuff he's done to you should never be defended. But when it comes to Slug, I've always figured that it's best to just stop mentioning him. And I think you've done that for a while, but you keep getting pulled back into it with him. What keeps pulling you back?
Well, he like fully doxed me once the Jane stuff was happening. So that kind of pulled me back in, because before, and like a lot of people don't know this, but people were telling me like, you got to do the Slug video. I wasn't like, I have to do the Slug video out of nowhere. It wasn't like something I just came up with as a fun idea. I had, it's so ironic when you look at it now, but I'm pretty sure Sen's now girlfriend telling me, oh, I gotta do the Slug video. It needs to be done. And now they're like, why did he even do the Slug video? Because you guys said it was necessary. So after
what is
that,
the Slug video? Like, what would be the content of that?
Well, Steve actually put out a video on Slug. It's actually a really good video. It's like, if you want information, like if you want to see like the gist of Angry Slug, of what he is, I recommend that video. It's probably Steve's best video, in my opinion.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into it, like, because he has done a lot of wacky things. He's more comical than anything. Like, he just shouldn't be taken seriously, and he definitely shouldn't be around vulnerable people. Because he will harass them or threaten them if he feels the need to. Because I don't know.
My thing with you and Slug, right? My thing with you and Slug is I thought everything was over, right? I thought the arc was over between Steve, Delive, and Slug, because Slug was on his I'm a good boy arc, right? And I'd heard that like you had got a job and you were like more involved with IRL shit. Right, and I was like, "Oh, happy ending," you know. Steve is doing his thing, and Slug says he's gonna be a good boy, and then all, and it always circles back. The arc is Slug does something horrible, says he's gonna be a good boy, and then does something horrible. Like it just keeps repeating.
Somebody needs to make like a Dan Harmon circle. Have you ever seen those where it's just a circle and hero's journey?
Exactly.
That's Slug's journey.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the most recent thing is the Sen stuff, right? Like, he was in my own backyard. Like, Sen was like, "Oh, come on stream all the time." So yeah, the one stream, because like I said, I wanted to see like why he'd be doing that with a high schooler. And I think his response was, "Did I ever say it was okay to do this?" And I was like, "No, but you're the one who did it, so I don't. What the fuck kind of response is that?" But yeah, so after that, and then I stayed away from those streams. So I do try to stay away from Slug. And then they say, Steve's trying to blackball. And I'm like, I can't do anything, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think it is that you did that pissed Slug off so much? Because Slug has been mad at people and he moves on to another person, but he always comes back to you. Do you remember like what exactly it was that really pissed him off?
Like, other than the video, I have no idea, because he hated me before the video even, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Own him? Did you own him in a debate or something, or like did you like? Yeah, like that's
the only debate. Like, it wasn't even a debate. It was me trying to get him to come on a debate, and it was on his channel, so he had he could just delete the video.
Yeah.
But it was basically like lucky film librarian didn't dox you because you're not doxed. Like, that's it. And he got all angry, and then he got on Twitter, and that's when he doxed like Aura and Crow, and some other people. And he's like, yeah, I did that to try and one up you. And ever since then, like, it's just been, he's hated me. So I don't know, that it was pretty lackluster. I was just like, come on. I was ours, like Real Stream News. Come on, Real Stream News' channel. He's like, no. And I'm like, when are you free next? He's like, never. And I'm like, okay, well, have fun with that. And then next thing you know, he's doxing people on Twitter. Okay.
Okay. Again, what Slug has done, the doxing, calling you a pedophile, harassment, getting in touch with your mom, that's abhorrent. I disavow. But I've seen you ask Twitter about going back at him and sinking to his level, bringing up his dad, etc. Are you serious about stuff like that, or are you fucking with him and trying to scare him?
Oh, on the Twitter space, yeah, I was drunk, and I shouldn't have been drunk, but it was more like a hypothetical, like, what's stopping me from doing it? If everyone already thinks I'm a doxer, Slug has doxed the fuck out of me, and I have Slug's dox. I have some pretty crazy information about him. So, like, why can't I? And then no one really gave me a good reason why I shouldn't. I thought, at least, I didn't hear a very good reason. Slug was even like, do it. And I was like, I still didn't do it because morally, then I'm no better than him, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, the hypothetical, I don't see a reason why I can't do it if I really wanted to. But other than my own morals, that's why.
Yeah, because I can get fighting fire with fire and all that stuff. He's done shit to you. Why can't you do shit to him? But I don't know. It's like the saying, like, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I think you're going to go insane trying to, like, sink to his level. You know, you're going to.
Isn't that just the circle?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that just the circle that keeps happening then?
No, but the problem that you have, right, is that once Slug gets his teeth in you, right, and he wants to fuck with you, he just keeps going. He just relentlessly will keep going. So it's like, it's one of those things where, yeah, you can dox Slug, like an eye for an eye, but that motherfucker is going to come after your whole body.
Yeah,
you know what I
like,
mean?
now you're giving him the go to, like, oh, now I can go lower.
You even said yourself that he said, please do it, right?
Oh, yeah. And then even after, I think Sen was like, he does have all your information. And Slug was like, oh, yeah, I know. But before he said it was like, oh, I'm calling your bluff. So I think he wants to just keep going. I don't know what else he would do. I don't know what else he could do. Like, he said pretty much any defamatory thing about me, and he's put my whole address out there. And he, like, I don't know, that fucking harassment order shit. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I don't have a harassment order against me. Apparently, he's proven that there is one against me. So, yeah, I don't know what else he could do if I did do that.
Do you ever see an end to you versus Slug? Do you think it's ever going to end?
I'm like, he can keep going. I gotta move on with my life, you know?
Okay. So you're saying you're done, basically.
I mean, like, unless I do some crazy drugs and I just end up doxing him, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like, you gotta have some mystery, right? Oh,
yeah, true. Moving on from Slug, this is what I've always wanted to ask you. This what started your issues with Edwin? Like, why did you get? Why? I'll just say, why did you have such a hate boner for Edwin?
A hate boner?
Yeah.
I just think he's kind of a fake guy. I think, like, everyone thinks that now. But I thought it before it was cool to think it. He's done a lot of hypocritical shit.
Trendsetter over here.
That's so hipster, Steve.
You know, Steve, I felt bad for you, man. Like, fucking Edwin gets, like, exposed, and this was your moment to be vindicated and go around and brag about it, but you're too busy, like, fighting with Sen to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like, what did he even get exposed for? He ended up, like, being a cuck with Salva or something.
Yeah, just like some fucking.
Well, it was more. Stuff. It's less so the sexual stuff. Like, nobody really cares about that except for the weirdos. The stuff that's, like, really that got to people was just, according to them, he was very flip-floppy.
Yeah,
with how he behaved around people.
Yeah, he'd act differently with Nick on his stream than he would with Salvo, and he keep going back and forth like that.
Yeah, that's Edwin, though. I mean, like, I don't know. He's done weirder, worse stuff. I just can't. I haven't thought of Edwin for a while.
Yeah,
No one liked the T-shirt stuff because it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, see, I think you have every right to criticize Edwin, but I think how you went about it was just like the anti-Semitic T-shirt because he's wearing that T-shirt. I was watching your content at the time, and I just really felt like that. I felt like that was really bad faith, in my honest opinion. I just like I feel like there's many ways you could have went about that. I just like I don't think being like,
well,
oh,
it was I think it was a quote tweet. Like Deity tweeted it out, and I was like, I think my context to it was just like it was a public post because when Deity posted it, it just showed the picture. So I don't want people thinking, he was getting pictures of Edwin that weren't publicly available. Maybe I should have waited for him to be accused of that first, but I was basically just being like, and it was public. And it's a weird shirt, and it was a public post, so it's not like Deity, because everyone was already like blaming Deity for being a stalker when he was just watching public videos of Edwin from like forever ago. Like, if I go to your channel and I select from oldest to newest and start watching videos on a live stream, that's not stalking. That's just criticizing you. There's another thing that I don't think like Edwin's capable of handling is criticism. Like, fuck, man. There's a lot of reasons to not like Edwin, but I guess, man.
What I gotta ask, why'd you have a picture of him in his underwear as your Twitter banner?
Because it bothers him. That was another public. He tweeted that out. He tweeted it out. He's like, oh, I bet if I was a woman, I'd get way more likes. And so I had it. I wasn't supposed to be there for this long, but like he kept bringing it up on streams, and he's like, oh, look at this guy. He has a nude of me or revenge porn. I was like, what the fuck? Like, nah, it's not even close. Like, he's not fully clothed, but he's not naked, and he's fucking he's going around saying it's revenge porn. So another reason not to like Edwin.
Yeah. I'll ask this. What's your opinion? What was your opinion on Deity? Because I know that I wouldn't say you were hanging out with him, but you were showing up in his chats and stuff. Did you think do you think he went too far with the Edwin stuff? Like he was a little too obsessed, or like what was your opinion?
Like there's lots of channels that do that with other channels. You know what I mean? I don't know why it bothered Edwin so much. It wasn't like Deity had a huge amount of support. He was getting probably the same amount of viewers that like, I don't know, Sen or Crow get, like 60 to 100 viewers a stream. I can't see it possibly affecting Edwin's sub count. It was probably getting him more views, if anything, even if it was hate views. I don't know why you need to frame him as like some creepy stalker or anything. There was like some crazy clips that I seen with Deity saying shit, but when you're gonna be streaming for hours on end, you're gonna like say some shit, I guess, Yeah. Like, I don't condone rape or whatever. I don't know what I can't remember what he said, but I just remember like seeing a clip and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Do you feel vindicated now that he's on the outs with the commentary community? You're like, aha, I told you so?
Honestly, don't really care. That never crossed my mind. It was never like, I didn't even know it was that bad for Edwin. I thought you guys would all like forgive him in a week. That's usually what happens.
It doesn't look like that.
Hey, I got nothing against Edwin.
Yeah, I mean, we personally don't have that much against Edwin over here, but I don't know.
But yeah, he's in for a rough ride when he comes back.
Well, the only thing I've ever said about Edwin is just that, I mean, pretty much what he's saying, which is that he's just a palm tree in the breeze. Whichever way the wind blows, he's going to bend. But I think that's a pretty neutral position about him. Like, that's just who he is.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, whatever works for you, right? Like, to me, it's just Edwin as usual. That's why I guess it's not... If he did something super crazy, then I'd be like, I guess maybe I'd feel vindicated. But to me, it just seems like, it's like whatever.
Yeah. All right. So,
but it is weird with the Edwin stuff, right? Because people like say he's flip floppy, but I think Edwin's biggest mistake that he did make this time round was he kind of became ride or die Salvo, right? So for the guy that's so flip floppy and he's in the wind, he went ride or die and he backed the wrong horse.
That's true, but I think people are referring more to like, because he's like the Me Too guy, right? And then all of this stuff is coming out where he's talking to girls and whatever, and basically being like a kind of a creep. Like that's what I heard, at least. That's the criticism I heard everybody say.
I thought he flip flopped on Salvo though. Like I thought they were buddies and everything. And then when like people were hating on Salvo, I seen like I don't know if it was a stream or a tweet or something, but he was like the bromance is over, and he was like lighting a picture of him on fire or something. Was that like just a joke, or was he?
That was when the train was like an inch away from him, and he had to jump out of the way.
Yeah, that was him. That was exactly what Beavers. That was him jumping out of the Salvo train because he knew it was about to crash.
The wind blew the other direction, so the palm tree bent the other way.
Exactly. Yeah, just like what you're saying.
Yeah. So I don't know what Edwin's plans are. I don't know if he's coming back with a video or not, but we'll see what happens.
Well, stay tuned, Steve. You should enjoy it.
Yes, stay tuned.
I mean, he can come back and do whatever he wants. People would still watch it, even if they don't like it. He just can't. He was making like other channels. He did like a cryptocurrency channel, and it got I think 200 subs and like no views. He can't do that. If he wants to do that, he's got to do it on his channel already. But like, if he's sad, or Edwin, or if you're listening to this, if you're sad out there, no one really gives a fuck. Like, just come make content and get paid. Like, just do it.
Yeah,
true. You know what the thing is? You can't be cancelled unless you cancel yourself.
For real.
Like, especially when you have as big of a following that he has.
Yeah. All right. So, Steve, what's your stance on the commentary community today? Like Augie, Tommy, Bo Blacks, Nick, all those guys. Like, how do you feel about those guys today?
I don't even know what they're up to. What are they doing? It's like all I know is that Nick's fat. Augie he just yells into a microphone. Bo Blacks reads tweets still, right? And who's the other one? Was there a fourth one?
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy C. Tommy C's my favorite, right? Because he like gets mad about me for no reason randomly. He's cool. I actually looked up to Tommy for a while. I thought he was a cool guy. I was like, maybe it was like, if he can do this, anyone can do this. But I thought he was genuinely funny, and so it's unfortunate he hates me so much. I
will say this, Steve, on a shot from the point recently. We were talking about the fight between you and Sen, and Tommy was like, I want to piss them off. I should have him come on and co-host. And I was like, oh, you mean Sen? And he's like, no, I want Steve Delive on. Fuck Sen. So I mean,
really?
Yeah. So
I'm actually surprised you said that.
Yeah, he hates Sen. So
why?
I don't know. Sen I think Sen annoys him. He's the one who kind of picks at Tommy with the videos and stuff. Like, he doesn't watch any of the content or stuff, but something about Sen annoys him. I don't think you really annoyed him. You just he thought that was fun with you, between you and him, from what I remember. He thought it was pretty fun.
I thought it was fun too. That's why I was doing the Twitter videos, wishing him a happy birthday, and he was getting mad about it. It was just a good time. And then Sen did the video, and then he got super mad and did like the 2-hour stream on me for some reason.
I can tell you what. That's because Tommy, before that, we were going to do a stream on that video, and then during a Twitch stream, Sen just comes into the chat and starts asking Tommy a bunch of questions, and all of a sudden, Tommy just like flips out on Sen and kicks him, and then comes to me and says, I'm not covering Sen. I'm not doing it. We'll cover Steve Delive again, and we'll just talk about that. And I was like, okay, all right.
What? That makes no sense. That's like when George Bush was like, we're going to Iraq. It's like, why aren't we going to Afghanistan? It's like, what?
Well, I think he was just like, fuck Sen. I'm not talking about him on stream, so fuck him. I don't know. He didn't want to give him the clout, I guess. That's what he thought.
He still ended up talking about him on that stream, though, I think, didn't he?
Probably, yeah. Probably. One thing about Augie, Augie went really into you during the whole Zero Technicals debacle. When you had your take with Zero, what was your perspective during this? Would you like to reiterate your take in that situation?
Yeah, I don't think it's so based off of, there's this whole thing, right, where the Ice Cube message is real, but there is no evidence of it. So like, the only evidence was him being like, I'm gonna kill myself, guys. So all that stuff they've all been saying about me is all true, which is stupid, but like, I don't know, I can't put myself in that mind frame. Mm-hmm. So if all the messages, also like that chick, like 95% is like a catfish. She's actually like 25 or something and was trying to set him up. And if like the whole objective was you trying to set him up to look like a pedo, and the messages that you saved, these were the juiciest ones, as pretty fucking lukewarm. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing really here. I won't say it isn't creepy for sure. Like a 19-year-old shouldn't be talking to a 14-year-old in a flirtatious way at all. But to say he's like a criminal or that he's a pedo or like that he was even paying attention, he's a Smash player, right? Like he's playing fucking Smash Brothers. He's also like mentally kind of stunted. He didn't go to high school, so he's still kind of in that. I'm not trying to like defend pedophilia in any way or anything. I don't want people to take it that way, but like
it's like if a downy hits on a 12-year-old. You know what I mean? He's not a pedophile. There's just something fucking wrong with him.
I don't think Zero's
that
retarded.
Like, if a downy was nice to a 12-year-old and it was misconstrued as like, oh, they're gonna fuck, you know what I mean? And then having you labeled as a pedo and banned from Smash tournaments seems like a little bit of an overkill. So yeah, and then I guess I shouldn't have went as far as like comparing it to like how Augie did a high school context, because I was like, technically they're both teenagers technically, and they could both technically be in high school if like you started a year late, or if like you had to go like had to repeat.
19 and 14. That's a.
That
I
don't
know, man.
That would be a freshman
one
and like a
could have
senior
got
on a
held
picture
back.
of that.
Yeah, but
That
that's
would
like a
be,
1%. Like, how often does that happen where there's even a 14-year-old in high school versus like a 19-year? Like, that's like somebody had to be pushed forward and somebody had to be pushed back.
No,
Like,
you're 14
that's.
in
I
high
don't know.
school.
You guys think it's weird,
Right.
but like I went to a school where I was 16 in high school, and they were like kids that were fucking in their 20s.
Oh, I guess that's fair. They have like grade school. High
Yeah.
school things.
Also freshmen. When you're freshman, you're 14 going in at least.
Yeah,
You turn
I guess
15
that's
in
true.
your freshman year, so
That's
it is
fair.
possible, I guess. But
Oh yeah, and like women lie about their age all the time, right? So like I've seen in high school a lot where like a freshman, like they don't even know until like after, and they're like, "What the fuck, you're in grade 9?" But that's like a whole other thing. The main thing was like I don't think any sexual thing happened in there, so I don't think you should be labeled a pedo. And then like Tipster got on that stream, and I don't think he did a very good job making his points. So I guess Augie had to do a stream making them for him.
Well, yeah, I think it all leads back to the Ice Cube comment. I don't know, like if that's not real, then
Well, I'll
there's
say
no-
right now, if that Ice Cube shit's real, then yeah, he's a pedo. 100%.
Okay. Yeah, see, there you go. I think that's where
What-
everyone stays at.
Wait, what
That's
happened
fair.
with the Ice Cube?
Zero allegedly in text messages asked the 14-year-old girl to send him pictures of her putting an ice cube into her vagina.
Shit's cold.
Yeah. Good one. Okay.
Which, like, I don't even. Have you ever heard that request before either? I've never heard that request.
I've heard
I don't know, but but I don't know if that's the first request you make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that one song that's about that? Like Ice, Ice, Baby. Isn't that song about that? I just always imagined it was.
Dudes used to brag.
I thought
that,
it was
like,
about like meth.
dudes used to brag. Dudes used to
Probably.
brag that oh yeah, if you eat a girl out and use an ice cube, it'll make it better for her or something.
Isn't that
that's the only
Jay-Z's thing, like from Scrubs? Isn't that like his thing? Like he holds an ice cube in his mouth and then kisses a girl, and that's like his move.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
Yeah,
uh,
I
yeah, I
wouldn't
didn't know
follow
any-
anything
I
that
don't
that
know.
guy did.
yeah. But yeah, that's the only context I've known an ice cube in a sexual situation. So, but yeah, but I'm glad you reiterated that. If that exists, then yeah, he's a pedo.
Oh yeah. Well, like, and the messages that are available, that would be a huge escalation from like, oh, thanks for cheering me on in Smash Brothers. You just shove an ice cube up your pussy. Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It also doesn't seem, like I said, it doesn't seem like the first request you would make
Right.
from someone. You know?
There'd be
so
some
maybe
lead up.
he had the drink, and then there was ice all over the chair, and then
I mean,
she
in
just so happened to
fairness-
sit down. It's possible.
I don't know if it was the first request. They were flirting pretty heavy. I mean, I'd have to go back and look, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least I've got to ask you to see your pussy first, and then ask you to put an ice cube in it. And show
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
right?
No, you gotta
There's-
ask
there's
first.
steps
Do you have a
involved.
refrigerator that has like an ice cube maker?
It's like
Then-
no,
There's steps to this. Yeah.
no, it's like me saying, "Oh, send me your tits with little nipple clamps on it." right? That's not going to be my first request. Right? I'm going to first make sure you're going to be able to send me your tits.
Yeah.
And then we can add the clamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, start somewhere.
Yeah.
But if true, it is disgusting and wrong. Just want to make that clear.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. What you talked about Tipster? What's your opinion on Tipster now?
Tipster's another fun one. I mean, like, what does he do nowadays? Anything?
He does his streams. He sits back and he's back to doing the usual. Like he does reacts and does news and all that stuff. He's pretty much what he was doing last year.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, like, there's not much to say about Tipster, really. His Twitter is insane. I think he should probably just not have a Twitter, or if he does, like, just make a Tipster alt, because he would just blend right in with those other ones.
Why is that?
Because like they all act like it's the same. Anyways, he's crazy on Twitter. He's completely different. And when I watch him on stream, he seems like a very reasonable person for the most part. He has some shit takes sometimes, but we all do. But on Twitter, it's just like some of the shit he says is so ass backwards, and he deletes all his stuff right after. He'll get drunk. He'll do all his drunk videos. It's very entertaining, but it's also like, I don't think it makes him happy. And then he gets like made fun of by all of his peers. So like, I don't know. If he wants to keep doing, is he still doing that on Twitter? I think he has me blocked.
He's been a little bit better in 2023, towards the end of 2022, 2023. He's been better with it.
Yeah, I would say for a good 5-6 months he's been pretty decent. Wait, no, he had that issue with DJ Screwdriver about 2 months ago.
Look, he fell off the wagon. He fell off the wagon.
Yeah, he freaked out on DJ Screwdriver when do you remember AP over 9K?
No, I don't even know who DJ Screwdriver is. I'm just I'm taking in the fact he got into a fight with someone named DJ Screwdriver.
Yeah, that happened. He freaked out on DJ Screwdriver because DJ, who is a friend of Smaggles, basically, that's how we know him, was reporting on Tipster's friend, AP over 9K, who made her child say the N-word on a stage. And Tipster got mad because he thought that it was guilty. What's the saying? Guilty by association.
Association, yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't. He was just reporting on it, and Tipster kind of flipped out on DJ in his spaces. So that was his last kind of hiccup. Other than that, I don't think he's had much of an issue.
How many subs does this DJ guy have?
Not a lot. He's like a commentary spurg. Let's see. He's got 321 subscribers.
Yeah, see, like, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about right there. Tipster doesn't need to be beefing with channels under 1,000 subs for sure. Probably he doesn't need to be beefing with channels under 50,000 subs, you know?
Yeah.
Hear that, Tippy? Don't come after us. Okay, we're full. Leave us alone.
Yeah. What's your relationship with Crow now? Like,
honestly, like, the relationship, like, that's another thing too. I don't know if like my friendship with Crow is exaggerated publicly or not either. Like, I'm cool with Crow. I don't think there's any beef between us. I know he did that stream with Sen the other day, but I don't think he didn't like reach out to me about anything or anything before. So he's just going off all Sen's words on that. So I can't blame him for anything there. But I really don't talk to Crow behind the scenes. The only time I talk to Crow is publicly. So anything that I do talk to Crow about is available. So as far as I know, like, we're good unless he like has something he wants to say to me.
Okay. Someone that's been kind of stuck in the middle of this thing, from what I'm hearing, is Origami. He's friends with both you and Sen, correct? So is he having issues like being in the middle of this?
He probably doesn't like it. I mean, but at the same time, he didn't like it before when things were good either, because I don't know. We can be a handful, I guess. You know?
I like Origami. He seems like a very focused individual who I like how he's like trying to always reel you guys in. That's probably the funniest part of the streams.
He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a very calm person, very rational. Out of everyone, like, I talk to Aura probably the most behind the scenes out of everyone. I'll always be cool with Aura. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys brothers?
I don't think I'm brothers.
I'm teasing.
If I were to say, I'd be like, yeah, Aura's my brother.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Do you guys got any questions? Beavers, Max, anybody?
I have one
Nope.
question, but I want to save it for last.
Well, I
Okay,
think-
well, I'm the last question.
yeah.
All right, Steve Delive.
Yeah.
Have you... Okay, because there's a meme going around, right? Okay, I perpetuate the meme, and I apologize now that I have you here in person. Have you ever had a substance abuse problem?
A substance abuse problem. Well, like I used to do
because there was
oxy.
a period. There was a period where I saw you on stream, and I don't know if it was stress, depression, or whatever. Motherfucker, you were getting skinny. You were getting like...
No, I haven't had substance abuse problems since I've like been on YouTube.
No.
Like back in like 2010, my lung collapsed and they couldn't fix it. So like I got prescribed a bunch of oxys for like way too long. So I had like an oxy problem for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you both.
Yeah. I think they got rid of them in Canada now. I don't think you can get them anymore. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but that was like a decade ago. No, I should just eat more, probably.
Probably, yeah. I did. Sorry, Beavers. I just remembered one thing. I bully bullies. What's your opinion on that guy?
I think he gets a lot of hate. I don't think there's anything really wrong with him. Unless like, has he done anything I'm not aware of? Because like he's a wild card, right? He could have done something that I'm just not aware of recently that's like super bad.
Yeah.
But usually I think he gets a lot of unfair criticism. Like he's just making content like everyone else. And he says some, I guess, edgy shit sometimes, but so does everyone. I think that's another thing, like the tipster thing. Both of them got pretty felted, right? So I bully bullies, couldn't let shit go. Tipster would engage anytime like he got brought up because it's fucking tipster. So that drama, I think like should have ended a long time ago. They still like to bring up, oh, you told tipster to kill himself, or what? They're gonna shoot tipster. Like he would actually do that. Like the Sweden is gonna come over to America, shoot tipster. Yeah. But I don't think there's anything wrong with them.
Okay. I'll ask you about this too, since I got you here. Steffi, do you remember Steffi?
Oh, I remember Steffi. That was like at one of Edwin's fans, right?
Yeah. She from time to time, she'd send me some timestamps of your streams. You guys like either talking shit about Tommy or Edwin or blah blah blah. And I remember you guys referred to her as some sort of like obsessed with you guys and stuff like that. I just figured now that I have you here, like, what's your perspective with her? Was she obsessed with you guys?
I'm trying. So I know when I was criticizing Edwin, she didn't like me. She really didn't like Deity. And there was like a little bit there where I think she made a couple tweets at Redsky, and then Redsky got super paranoid and was like, "She's gonna come after me!" Which I don't think that was ever gonna be a thing. I'm trying to remember like what she did that like made me remember her. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of spurgs that I just forget about. What the fuck was it? I think she was trying to say. I think she was questioning like the Edwin hacking himself thing, maybe. Yeah. What made me.
That's right. Didn't you have a take that you thought Edwin hacked himself?
Yeah, I still think he hacked himself. Just because like the hack made no sense. What got leaked made no sense at the time. It made no sense. So it was like right when the Onision documentary was right about to drop, and it just got leaked that he was going to be in it, and then all of a sudden he was like hacked, quote unquote, and then all of his critical tweets on Chris Hansen were deleted. Like the hacker was fucking spring cleaning for him, and then like specific messages got leaked that had nothing to do with the Nissan documentary, but it was a lot of smoke. Like so we talking about other shit. It was like very convenient, I would love to see an email saying that he got hacked.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But I remember that he did a New Year's Eve stream while that was happening, and I mean, he seemed pretty like messed up by it. Started crying and stuff. So I mean, if he
was crying about Jacqueline Glenn.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm just saying, if he hacked himself, probably pretty good actor as well. I don't know. But yeah. Other than that, Max, Mitch, you guys got anything?
Yeah, I have something actually. So like you mentioned, or it seems like you're talking like you don't really engage too much with the YouTube scene anymore. Like you're dealing with a lot of IRL stuff, which, makes sense. But like, are you watching anybody at the moment? Like, are you engaged at all with YouTube, or are you just completely shut off from it altogether?
I honestly don't watch anyone's content right now. I send stuff. If people talk about me, and that's about it. Other than that, like I watch Judge Judy, and I watch Kit Boga, that scam call guy.
Who sends you what clips?
There's this crazy Ross guy. He sends me clips. And then I just have some other people that who are like, I thought things were cool between you and Sen. Why is he saying this about you? Or
So it's only when like people are talking about you.
Yeah. That's when I'll see a clip, or maybe I'll go spend a couple minutes in a stream just to see what's up, and that's about it. But everything
good on
else
you
is
for
pretty
breaking
much
the cycle.
secondhand.
What's that, Beavers?
I said good on you for breaking the cycle and getting out of the cesspit.
I guess the thing is, I never really watched any commentary chat. I never watched commentary for enjoyment. It was more I did it. It was more fun to do commentary than watch. I would never watch commentary. I don't actually see a point in it. But yeah, I don't know. It's
are you planning to coming back to streaming?
Just streaming.
Or making videos or anything of that nature?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna do videos for sure. I just I need a new computer. I can't stream for sure until I get a new computer. I don't know if I'll have any edited videos out until I get a new computer. The last T3, it took, I was gonna say 3 days. It took 7 days to render it because my computer kept crashing. So yeah, right now that's just kind of a technical issue. I'm just I don't know if I should even say this, but I'm just doing music content on other channels right now.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
That's cool.
All right. Well, Steve, I think that's all the questions we got. Thank you for coming on, man. It's been a pretty chill interview.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Hopefully people don't think I'm a maniac as much as I'm being portrayed.
Yeah. I think you did a pretty good job explaining yourself on this. I'm sure Sen's going to have a good time picking this apart. Hopefully you guys are able to talk either publicly or privately and figure this stuff out. It sounds like to me you're willing to maybe talk to him and maybe try and talk this out. I don't know if Sen will feel the same way, but hopefully something happens between you two.
Well, we can definitely be civil with each other, Yeah. Unless he wants to keep beefing. I mean, because I have receipts too. I can pull recordings and shit. But yeah, no, it all depends how it goes. We'll see. We'll see what he does with this, and
cool.
we'll take it from there.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Sen. Thank you, Steve, for coming on, man. And I'm gonna head and kick you so I can end the podcast. But if you have any questions, just let me know.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, man. All right. There we go. Mitch.
Yeah.
Hi, Mitch. You asked a lot of questions, man. Great questions.
I know.
Mitch. You did a great job, sir.
Thanks. I thought Mitch was supposed to have questions for this one.
That was a joke. I made a joke in the group chat.
Oh, so Mitch is just as useless as ever.
Yeah. Mitch, how you feeling after your heart thing?
My head really hurts, and it hurts to laugh, and yeah. So I'm even more useless than usual.
How close did you think you were coming to dying?
When I was in the hospital, and I could feel it, it was going all over the place, and then all the alarms going off and shit in the hospital. I was like, uh-oh. I think that's when I messaged you. I was pretty with it. I only blew because I had a couple of drinks. I blew 0.09 in the breathalyzer, so I was pretty with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
love
that when that was going on, I think that's when I messaged, which I forgot, and then remembered later. I messaged, man, I'm pretty scared, low key. Look, I remembered I did that. I was like, fuck, I just sound like this big pussy. I'm so glad that's not how I died. His last words were, I'm scared.
Well, I wanted to message you, but I didn't know if I should. I was going to tell you have to pull through, because the last words you would have ever spoken online is that clip with you saying you're stuffing your mouth.
Yeah.
What? Stuff in my mouth? What?
I don't know. Core found that soundbite. I don't know what it is. Maybe he'll play it at the end again of this podcast. But yeah, it was.
I love the idea of Mitch just chilling at the hospital, and then he starts hearing the beeping sounds, and he's like a deer in headlights, realizing he's on death's door.
They are scary. Bro, those fucking noises are scary, man. Especially like that automatic blood pressure thing. I don't know if you had
Yeah,
that.
she kept silencing them, and I'm like, "Why?" And she said that. She's like, "Yeah, it's annoying." I'm like, "But you need to know." And then she walked off, and I'm
she's
like,
she's like, bitch, we know you're dying, right? You
"Yeah,
gotta bug us.
Yeah.
yeah."
So-
I think I asked her, and she goes, "No, no one dies here." And I'm like, "Well, that's a fucking lie."
I mean, that's just what they
Yeah.
tell everybody. That's just like the company line from the hospital. Let's be honest.
So, do you think a pretty decent diagnosis? Do you think you're gonna make it here, Mitch? You're gonna be okay?
Oh, is this the question of do you need to find a replacement?
No.
What do you mean? We've got your replacement right here.
Here he is, bro.
No.
Oh wait, I'm the replacement. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. I get it. Okay, I was wondering how that was. Okay, you need a replacement person that doesn't ask questions.
No, I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure you're okay. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, today I am.
Okay.
Oh, it was funny on
Eat
Twitter.
better.
Someone, where the Parking Tigers people just keep giving shit for some reason. Like, this one of them wrote back, "How's your AFib?" is kind of like a own.
Yeah.
And I wrote, "Yeah, it's curable unlike your retardation." But then I was like, I better fact check that. And I Googled it. It's not.
Oh.
And I remembered Mel in the hospital said, baby, I just Googled it. Don't Google it.
Oh.
I did it. I was like, no, I've Googled it.
Ugh.
Well, so long as you're a good boy and you avoid the weeds,
Is anyone here
And-
religious?
I'm kinda, but
No.
not particularly.
Why?
What, I mean, what do you want?
You need
Last
a
will and
priest?
rights, or like, yeah?
I don't know. I just don't want there to.
Did
I
you
just
see
don't want there
God?
to be like a blackness at the end. I don't want it to be all nothing.
Listen, there can be
I
light.
want to be
and
able to listen to the
sunshine.
podcast.
You just gotta believe.
Yeah.
How about this, Mitch? Eat a fucking banana, okay, and you'll be fine.
Never.
Fucking eat some fruit, bro.
Was it?
I don't know,
Eat
bro.
some
It sounds appealing to
banana.
me.
What's the pill they give you for bad hearts? Nitroglycerin or something? Is that it?
I don't know.
Nitroglycerin.
Was
What
it-
do you wait?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's
I
like
guess you're right. No, I guess you're right. Yeah, that does
Yeah.
make sense. I think they use
Yeah.
that for
he'll,
heart, too.
he'll be fine. They're just gonna give him shit to lower his blood pressure, and then he just has to eat better and not drink and smoke. Poor boy.
That's
you a
my
cigarette?
entire thing.
Do you smoke cigarettes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
he
Yeah,
does. Yeah, but you'll be fine with smoking cigarettes. You'll be fine.
No,
It's more smoking weed, and drinking.
why weed?
Because you if you get paranoid while you're smoking weed, your heart rate will just fucking shoot up.
I was gonna
then
say get a
because-
vape.
Because his little heart doesn't work correctly. Because it's all wrong.
Oh, dude,
I'd
if I
actually
ever
had
get
a bit
AFib-
of weed.
Oh, man.
I
ever
thought
get
the solution. Yeah, I thought the solution was just get a volcano and just call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. By the way, we'll cover this on a stream or maybe another episode, but speaking of the Park and Tigers people, they all called into Xylee's stream and it was actually pretty funny. Because someone, life is like a, that song.
Oh
the
God,
N-word song.
yeah.
Yeah, they played that
Yeah.
on Xylee's
Okay.
stream. So, but yeah.
Nice.
Max, welcome to Now Recording. How do you like it
Yeah.
so far?
I appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. To be honest, I don't really know too much about the podcast. I'm only like 3 months old in the community, so I feel like I've kind of sped run a little bit. But yeah, so I'm just trying to catch up. Hopefully I don't embarrass you guys with my horrible gayness.
Nah,
no,
we need
no.
it. No, that's
We want
exactly
you
what we
on
need.
here because you're gay.
Are you gay? Are you gay?
Oh, I'm a gay filmmaker. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
So
that
it's
way,
fun.
Can
whenever
do you do
when we
dick
ever-
reviews?
What's that? Wait, what did you ask?
What?
Do you do dick reviews?
Dick review? No. I listen.
No? Oh.
I'm a wholesome boy. All right. I don't like all of this sexual
Well,
stuff.
part of
There's
the
a lot of degeneracy
initiation-
out there.
Part of the initiation is you have to review Ghosty's dick when you join this podcast.
Well, if it's a rite of passage, then I guess bring it on, Ghosty.
Oh
no!
All right, go.
Actually, don't. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, actually, let's not do
idea.
that. I don't like to do that.
No. By the way, it's not. There's no. No. Mitch just did it. We didn't do it. There's no rite of passage.
You guys tricked me. Oh, come on! I
no,
thought this was like a whole thing everybody did.
I didn't trick anybody. All right, Mitch is just a retard. He did it.
I already DM'd him and everything.
Mitch is just literally a hole for money.
You can't delete DMs, right? If they don't see it, shit.
Nah, I think you're done.
But yeah, welcome DMAX, and get ready for everybody that's ever spurged out in the community to hate your gut.
Yeah.
So,
Yay! Hey, well, I know that a lot of y'all have connections with like Tommy C and stuff, but I don't. I
Yeah.
I think like somebody was telling me I might be the first person on Now Recording to like not really have that connection. My father's Keemstar. He shouted me out back in 2015, so that's where I came from.
Nice. Badass. All right, sweet. Before I end, what did you guys think of Steve?
very chill guy.
Yeah,
he was a lot more chill than I was expecting, given how everybody. Because I didn't know too much about it, so I just did a little bit of research, and just like from the like past like 4 streams that I saw of people talking about him, like I figured he was going to be like a meth head, like coked up out of his brains, just like vibrating, and he seemed pretty chill.
Yeah, he was obviously sober on this podcast, so good for him. I think that might be his issue, was getting drunk and going on spaces or streams and getting into shit. So, I mean. Like this Steve Delive, I think he's a likable dude when he's like pretty chill. I hope him and Sen can talk it out. I don't know. I think Sen's going to just fucking react to this fucking podcast and really fucking dissect it, and he's going to use.
What about Slug? What about Slug, Matt?
Come on. What do you want? What about Slug, Beavers?
Like, we also wish that Slug and them can all sort their issues out because Slug's a good boy.
Yeah, totally. Hey, Slug, I'm Steve Delive. I know you doxed me and everything, but I just want to give you a handshake and be like, let bygones be bygones, bro. You go your way, I'll go mine, all right? High five, Is that what we're
maybe
gonna
they
do?
can. Yeah, maybe they can work out like a forfeit of some kind.
I think they've done that before. It never works. Slug always comes back for more.
It'd be more like shaking hands with a palm full of salt. Get him on the Slug.
Yeah, yeah, got you. Yeah.
Got
All
you,
right.
bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. High
All
five
right.
that goes fucking everywhere. All right.
Thank you for listening to Now Record, and make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. We're at like 846 subscribers, trying to get to 1,000. We're almost there. We're so close. Make sure to comment, give your opinion on Steve, see whose side are you on, Sen or Steve at this point? Steve's given his side, Sen's given his side. Which side do you choose? And yeah, other than that, remember, Now Recording is always recording. Have a good one.
Bye. Steve Delive should kill himself.